Hey guys, this is the Betamax Man here. So today I received in the mail a Sanyo VCR 4000, and so this particular machine is a little bit older than the 4400, the model 4400, which is basically the same as this one. It's just older, but of course this is a top loader, and we're going to take a look at it and see what's wrong with it. Now I already know that it's going to need new belts and it's going to need new idler tires, so I do know that much about it. I do know that yes, it does plug in and it has a clock display, and so but we don't know much more, so let's get into we're gonna get into the video. We're gonna do a repair on this thing, then we'll do a restoration where we clean it up and make it look good again, and we'll make it look as new as we can make it look. What we have here, we have a Sanyo Beta VCR. This is a top loader. This is a VCR 4000. This one was made in 1982. So if we look at the date code on the back, it'll tell us when it was made. I got it. The reason I took it apart is because I heard a bunch of loose pieces inside the machine, and so basically, let's see, where's the date code? Oh, it's on the back of the cover. So we'll have to get the cover in order to get the date code. But so this thing was made in '82. Yeah, if we look at the back here, there's a date code of 04/06 of '82. So there we go, guys. Now I have powered it on. It had the dew light came on, and so I had it plugged in for about an hour. Still, the dew light was still on. So what I did, took a hair dryer and blew hot air onto the dew sensor here. This is what detects the moisture on the heads, or if there's moisture in the machine, it will not allow you to operate it to keep the tape from being damaged. So anyway, but I have never tried this. I haven't put nothing in it, so I don't know if it works or not. Probably is going to eat the tape. So there's a switch here which makes it think there's a tape in it. So let's hit play. Let's see if there's any torque. Not much. Yeah, it's kind of low on torque. Looks like it might work. Yeah. No fast forward. No rewind. And it wants to thread when the default, but play. Oh, now it doesn't have. Well, for a minute there it was working, and It was working. I think the belt broke, or the yeah, the idler tire is shot, but it's not. Alright, let's try it again. Okay, now we don't have, well, we don't have anything now. We did have, yeah, we did have, I don't know if the brakes are, there we go, there we go, now it should. Nope, nope, we don't have play now. And we did have, so I wonder if the well, it's not switching over, so let me I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna make the idler go to the other side if I can do it. Oh, I can see what's going on. The belt's slipping. Yeah, see the belt's slipping, so that's why. The belt is completely slipping, so it's not gonna do any good to play a tape, because it's not going to. See, there it goes. It's trying. It had torque a minute ago. There it goes. See, well, that belt is completely shot. But I think the tire is not that bad a shape. I think the tire is still somewhat soft, because other than the, you can see that the belt is slipping. So if I put a new belt on this thing, it'll play. Nope, see? It slips. Nope, doesn't do anything in reverse. Now, see? Now it's got torque. See, it's slipping. And that's what's going on. Let's put a cassette in. We'll see what happens. See? And then it poops out. Oh, it is actually retracting. It's retracting the tape. Also, these buttons completely fell out. I heard something rattling around and I took it apart because I didn't want any kind of metal pieces touching any of the circuit boards, because it would short something out. So, because I don't want to short anything out, I'm like, I'm wondering, I need to get, what I need to do is see what the heck's rattling around inside. Well, what it was, these pieces. I found some of the pieces, but there's probably still a couple pieces rattling around. If I take the front faceplate off, I'll be able to get the buttons working again. But yeah, all the buttons are all popped out, and I've got the buttons sitting on the SOHF 750. See, all the screws and parts and pieces. So this is basically just taking a look at this thing just to see. Ooh, 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 that didn't like that. Ooh, baby. Oh, it didn't like that. Ooh, that's not good. I think it got tape wrapped around in itself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hell's bells. I can't get it to finish unloading. There we go. So the tape has gotten wrapped around. The tape has gotten wrapped around. I see what happened. My splice job. It didn't like my splice job, so it got caught up. But we do that. Look at that belt. That belt is just slipping like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, so here's the old idler belt. It's completely, well, it's great. I got black on my finger now. But this is completely dried out. And if this belt wasn't dried out, it might work if it wasn't all dried out. But I'm sure, oops, where did it go? It just fell into the machine. Well, you can see it's all cracked and dry rotted. But if we go ahead and see how it just broke like that? It broke. I could probably tear pieces off of it because it's in bad shape. See that? So you shouldn't never be able to do that to a belt. A belt should never be able to break up into pieces like that. So I've got some new belts. This smallest belt here is for the idler, and this one is going to be for the loading motor. Yeah, so I've got new belts. So the brand new belt and brand new loading belt, brand new idler belt. You can actually put the idler belt on there without taking the cassette housing out. You can obviously do it a lot easier with the cassette housing out, but you don't need to. And actually, I could change the idler too if I wanted, but I mean, it would be pretty difficult to get that E-clip off of there without taking the cassette housing out. But I mean, I might just do it without taking the cassette housing out. But then again, I need to do a lubrication of the cassette housing. So as you can see, this has got multiple cracks in the tire. Look at that. This thing is so dry rotted and cracked. It's got cracks all over the place. So, and this is why the tire wasn't working, because it would work when we first tried the machine. It would work a little bit, and then it would, off and on, it would slip. So the belt was slipping, and then the tire was also slipping. So but we'll put a brand new tire on it. I have to figure out where it is I put my tires at, because I'm not quite sure where I got my tires at the moment. But this tire is, see, it already came off. It's already coming apart in my hand. Look at that. I don't even have to. I like it when they come out this easily though, because then I don't have to fight with it. But look at that. It's coming out in pieces. Well, we got a little bit of a servo problem. Yeah, it's got a problem. So, well, we'll have to fix that because I'd like to get this thing working. Looks like it's got might have a little bit of a servo problem. Could be the tape, because now I can get it to lock in. So now it's locked in. Well, it was. You hear the sound too. It doesn't sound right. So, yeah, it's got a problem. Come on, let's get it lock in. Come on, there we go. No. Okay, well. Got a little bit of a servo problem. It's got a little bit of an issue with fast forward too, because it's it's struggling a little bit. Oh, there we go. Maybe we just need to, I think what we need to do is lubricate the idler, the take-up and supply reel. Well, the take-up reel needs to be lubricated because it was struggling a little. Yeah, see, there it goes. See that? The tensioner is going nuts. I think we need to do but rewind is perfect. But forward, it's struggling to do so. Yeah, see. And we can track it a little bit. Here we go. Let's adjust the tracking here. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, see? Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. The more I use it, the better it's taking in the tape. But the tensioner shouldn't be bouncing back and forth like that. It's because it's struggling to fast forward, and I think taking the take-up and supply reels, take it apart, clean the old lubricant off, and put new oil on there, and that should fix it. Well, guys, I've actually swapped out the front face because the front faceplate on the other one was all broken. I decided to swap it out because I had a parts deck. I had a 4400 parts deck, and the reason why that one became a parts deck is basically because the idler motor was shot, and I just kind of made it a parts deck. And you can see the front faceplate is a little different from the other one. And the door doesn't, the door is blank instead of having the 4000 on there. It's just a blank because this is a 4400. The emblem is different too. You'll notice that the emblem has this kind of black outline around the letters, so you'll see that is different. And the parts deck that I got it off of was that one. So I put the front broken faceplate onto the 4400, and I took the faceplate off the 4400 and put it onto this one. As you can see that the emblem is different. The 4000 front faceplate has the old logo, where this one has the newer logo. Now, the 4400 was made in 84, maybe 85, somewhere around in there. And so there was a little bit of differences, but at least we've got something now that I can use, because now I can obviously hit the counter if I want, or of course the counter won't come on unless there's a tape inside. But I've set the clock now, and so now I have those buttons, and of course the door, the 4000 door, was all broke on the one side, and this one, the door is in perfect condition. It's not broken at all, and it snaps into place. Of course, you've got your 14 channel preset. Here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's like a 14 channel preset. So you have your UHF and your VHF, your low and high band. Of course, none of this is irrelevant anymore. I mean, it is irrelevant because there is no longer analog signals. What I can do is I do have a indoor antenna that will pick up local broadcasting. I now live in an area where I have free off-air TV, where we have a few channels that come in, like ABC and CBS, and so there's the Portland stations coming in. Anyway, but so there's a few stations that are, and what I could do is take the digital signal, convert it to an analog signal with a converter box, which finding an analog, or finding a digital to analog converter, is getting harder and harder to find these days. As far as I know, I don't think they make them anymore, but they were, for a short time, they were making digital, takes the digital signal, converts it into an analog signal so that you can use your old analog TV or your analog VCR or something, and you can get the channels to come in through the tuner and set them up so you could record off of them if you wanted. Now this door doesn't pop up like it's supposed to. It's really kind of slow. I mean, it does pop up, but it is kind of slow, and I'm wondering if maybe the lubrication has kind of dried out on it. But something that's happened to this thing that wasn't going on when I first got it, when I was first testing it out, after I put all the new belts and tires in there, it's only got one idler tire, and then it's got a geared idler. The geared idler is for playback and picture search. The tire is for like the regular rewind and the fast forward. But now the picture quality is bad, and I'll show you what it's doing. And I'm actually going to use this cartoon because the cartoon is going to show it up better. turn it on. But it seems to have, well, looks like this thing's been plugged in for about an hour, and now the picture seems to have been, now the picture's back to where it was. So that tells me there's a capacitor issue. So now that the caps are all nice and warmed up, oh, there we go, there's the bad picture I'm talking about. You see those lines? See those little lines in there? See that? That's what I'm talking about. So either the heads are bad, they're worn heads, or it's a circuitry problem. I think it's a circuitry problem because when I first got this thing, the picture was fine. It had a good picture. Well, now it's got these really bad squiggly lines. You see all those really squiggly lines that are showing up on the screen? Yes, I can show these because these are like previews, but the picture quality is quite poor on this, and we're going to have to figure it out. But I think there's some capacitors that are definitely needing to be changed. See that? All those lines? See that? That's what I'm trying to demonstrate. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.